Good morning, students. A very hearty good morning to all of you and welcome to my channel. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed my channel and helped me reach 602 subscribers. So I'm really very happy and I'm really very grateful to you all for patiently watching all my videos, and I really hope that I continue to upload more videos in the future, which will keep helping you in the similar way. So in today's class, we are going to again take up certain hot questions from the chapter that is Python interface with MySQL. So let's move on and see what we are going to do today. So this is what we are going to do, that is some application oriented questions, that is HOTS from the chapter Python interface with MySQL. So we'll come to the first question which we are going to start. Predict the output of the following code. So a code is given to you and you have to predict its output. Now I'm going to copy this and paste it here so that it would be easy for us to do the dry run. So this is my code and we are going to see the output. Now predict the output in this type. We don't know what our database is. We don't know what is the name of the table or how many fields are there in the table. All we can do is only predict the output. Okay, that is what is going to happen. So we will move line by line. So in the first statement, import mysql.connector, we already know that mysql connector package or module is imported. This is for creating a connection object. So you create a connection object over here. Next, cursor equals db.cursor. So a cursor object is created. That is, we would have a cursor. Wait, I'll just rub this. Just a second. So we already have our database on a disk file. This is our database. And from the database, the data comes into the cursor, which is a temporary memory area in the RAM, which contains the entire content of our database. So cursor, when we execute the SQL statement, the cursor will contain all the records of that particular table. Okay, and from here what we need is, whenever we are trying to fetch anything, we will extract records out of the cursor and keep it in a result set. This result set can be used by Python for processing the statements or making any changes or whatever. So right now we are not creating any result set. Why? Because you can see over here that this is an update query where we have to make changes, right? So we don't need a result set for that purpose. So I'm going to remove this association of a result set and we will only concentrate on the cursor. So result set is not required over here as it is an update query. So what is the query? Update category, that is name of the table is category. Set name equals whatever is provided. So first %s refers to CSS and the second %s refers to ID. Okay, so it will be like this: update category, set name equals CSS, where ID is equal to 2. So this is going to be the exact SQL query which is to be executed on MySQL. So cursor dot execute. So now this SQL query will be executed, and this will save the changes to the database, that is db dot commit. Print number of rows affected, cursor dot row count. Now we don't have any idea about how many rows are there in the table, how many records are there, how many records actually match up the data. So where id equals to, you have to use a little bit of your brains here. Id equals to, now id is usually a field which is primary key, that is which uniquely identifies each and every record of the table. So there would be only one value for ID2, right? And hence this update query is going to update how many rows? Only one row. So at the end, print rows affected. What should be the output? It will be this. Rows affected, answer is 1, because only one of the field, of only one of the records will have its ID as 2. Okay, that's because ID fields are usually primary key fields. So this is the output of this question. So in the exam, as an output, you will be writing, output would be rows affected 1. Okay, coming down to the next question. Explain what the following query will do. So I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. So in this question, again, this statement is executed as it is. This is also creating the connection object, that is DB. DB is my connection object, and cursor is already cursor, and person ID equals input, enter required person ID. So my first line of output will be enter required person ID. So you will be entering person ID, and whatever it is, say for example, the person ID is P01. Okay, so this is entered by the user. It's a user defined value. Next is last name. Here also it would be something like this. Wait, I'll rub this. And it would be enter required last name. So what will be the last name? Suppose user gives Sharma as the last name. Last name is usually surname. Now these statements, these four statements are executed. Next is db.execute, insert into staff person ID last name values. So now students, the thing is, what we have to do is, and doesn't end here, actually this statement should have been over here, that is format person ID using the new method of passing parameters to MySQL. Now because it's an insert query, that is we are going to make changes in our database, so obviously commit will be there which will save the changes. So now let's figure out what this query should actually be. It will be insert into staff, and within staff also we are going to insert everything within what? Person ID. Only these two fields. Maybe there are other fields also, but user wants to enter only in these two fields. Hence we have to explicitly provide their names, the field names, values. Now values, the first one is going to refer to what? Person ID. Now person ID P01, we will remove the P and we will remove the 0 and we will make it as 101. Why? Because here you can see that there are no single quotes. Okay, this pair of braces or this argument is not enclosed within any single quotes. Hence person ID should be numeric data. So we have taken numeric data 101. So values, it will be taken as 101 for the first one, that is person ID. So person ID will refer to this one and this one will be referring to this person ID which is sent. Next is last name. So last name, because it's name, it's a string type field, so you can see that it is enclosed within double quotes. Hence that will be matched up with last name. So whatever last name user has provided, that is here Sharma. And dot format. So this format was supposed to come over here. So you can see that this is the final query which is going to be executed. And finally save it. So what the following query will do, it will insert a new record into the table. So I'm going to type it in detail. So the answer will be this code, this query will insert a new record with only with values only for fields person ID and last name, where person ID is equal to where these two values are asked from user. So this query will insert a new record only for fields person ID and last name. Other fields will not have any value. Coming to the third question, explain what the following query will do. So let's do this also. So now this statement, import the SQL connector. Here, just a second. Here, create DB, that is your connection object. Cursor equals db.cursor, create the cursor object. Now execute. So execute will be select asterisk from staff where person ID in. Okay. There is a small mistake over here. Normally when we are using in, we should use a parenthesis to provide the values. Otherwise, this particular query is going to give me an error in this case. Why? Okay, fine, it won't be an error. One second, I got it. The reason being, I am already using this bracket, inner bracket over here. You can see an inner bracket within the format. So that inner bracket would be taken as a list of values. So now here it is select, so we don't need commit for this. Okay, so commit can be removed and over here it will execute, but there won't be any output. Why? Because we did not save anything. So we need to make changes over here. Instead of db.commit, it should be result set equals cursor dot fetch all. So this will fetch all the records from your cursor into your result set, and this result set, as we all know, it is a list of lists. So hence after this we can include a statement like this, that is for row in result set print row, and finally we can write db.close. So our answer should be this. We have to make changes in this code. Answer will be, because this query is a simple select query where we are not making any changes into the code, into the database. Hence, we shall omit db.commit and include statements db.commit. Also, even if the program executes, no output will be generated because there is no result set. So we can write the statements. Hence, we would make the following additions. So what that addition will be, firstly we have to omit db.commit, and then we will rewrite the entire program. So you have to rewrite the entire program. So I'll write the first statement, second statement, third statement, fourth statement. So first to fourth, line number 1 to 4 will be as it is. Okay, and then we will be writing line number 5. That should be result set equals cursor dot fetch all. Then line number 6 should be for row in result set. Line number 7 should be after some indentation. So I'm going to use this tab, print row. That's it. And finally line number 8 will be db.close. So this is how it is going to be. So what you have to do is you have to rewrite the entire code after making these changes. That is after removing db.commit and replacing this statement with these three statements. That is line number 5, 6 and 7. Next is what will be the generated query string. So let's write the generated query string over here. So answer will be, it will be insert into books title comma ISBN values. Now for values, the first one you can see Usha Kiran. So it will be Usha Kiran, and the second one will be a number. Second one is a number. So we have to specify this without any double quotes. So 42568987036. So this way I will provide it. So insert into books values these. So this is going to be the generated query string. Next question, which record will get inserted in the table by the following code? So I'm going to copy this code. So this is my code, and I'm also going to copy this table here. And so this is my table. So now over here you can see the first one, it's asking which record will get inserted in the table by following code. So this is okay. Importing MySQL connector as SQLTUR. So instead of typing MySQL.connector here, we can replace it with SQLTUR. So connection is being established on the database test. A cursor is created and the query will be. The query is going to be insert into books title comma ISBN values, and within values the first value is going to be Usha Kiran and the second one is going to be this. So we can see that this new value will be inserted over here. So this is the new record which will be inserted. So this is what we are going to get, that is this record is also going to be added over here. Next question is, the books table of test database contains the records as shown. So it already contains these records. What will be the output produced by the following code? So we are going to just copy this and we are going to paste it here. So we'll copy the records also. So these are the records. Okay. So the books table, what will be the output produced by the following code? So again, con is first this MySQL connector is going to be imported, then a connection object made, then a cursor made. Cursor will execute this query, that is select asterisk from books. So the cursor will contain all the 4 records as shown over here. And then row equals cursor dot fetch one. So now row will contain only the first record over here, that is die to live. So it will be containing this in the form of a list. 1 second, I did a mistake over here. It should be 78127873915. So this is the value for row. So while row is not none. So while row is not none, print row. So this will be printed, that is die to live will be printed as it is. And along with this value is also going to be printed, that is the first record will be printed. Next, again row equals cursor dot fetch one. So the next one will be fetched, that is again, and sorry, I'll not write the output till now. Now it will go back to row. Now row contains what? The second one, that is again, and its number 2, 3, 6, 8, 6 and whatever. Okay. So now print that. So again will be printed. Right. Now again fetch one. So this time it's going to again fetch the next one, that is Usha Kal. Go back. It's not none. Print the row. And print its number ISBN also. Then again fetch one, last Usha Kiran. Again go back while row is not none. Okay. So print that also. And so on. And then again fetch one. So here it will be none. So now at the end there would be none within row. So while row is not none, so now row is done. Hence this loop will be terminated. And you can see that this is printed in the form of a list. So this whole thing is printed as a list. So the output which we will type here is going to be this whole thing only thing it will be written in the form of a list. Now we have already done this question, so I'm going to delete this from here. So these are some of the hot questions which we discussed today. So students, I hope you will practice more of these questions and benefit from this chapter. So as you can see that these hot questions, they are really very helpful and they help us to understand the concept in a better way. So with this, the concept of cursor, result set, saving the data, commit, all this will become very clear to you. Thank you all.